JW Anderson completes this epic trilogy of this year's Uniqlo Collab. So how will this collection fare compared to the others? Today, we're going to find out. Uniqlo C was the Fellowship, and Uniqlo U was the Two Towers. Here we are with the third and final installment, The Return of the King. That's actually quite fitting for Jonathan Anderson right now, given the year he's having. Of all the Uniqlo collections I reviewed in the past few weeks, this one might be my favorite. I have to say, I genuinely love everything I got in this collection, and these items might just take the cake. As always, Uniqlo is not paying me to make this. I bought all these items with my own money, so it would be my 100% unbiased and uninfluenced opinion. And for reference, I'm 5'8", about 65 kilos, with a 40-inch chest and a 29-inch waist, and I grabbed everything in my typical Uniqlo size, which is a size small. If you like the look of anything I'm wearing, it's all linked in the description, and if you enjoy or just find this video helpful, make sure to drop a like and subscribe too, so I can keep making more of these detailed breakdowns of the best drops in menswear for you guys. Right, final Uniqlo video of the year. Let's begin. First things first, as soon as I saw this jacket, I knew I had to try it. This is the Puppertech Utility Jacket. It retails for $99.90. I grabbed it in this super clean dark navy. It also comes in a lovely olive green, as well as a lighter brown. Silhouette-wise, it's pretty straight fitting, I would say. Not too slim or too oversized. Quite boxy in shape, and a little longer in length too, which I don't mind. The outer shell is a DWR-coated 78% cotton blend. It has some nice structure to it, and it's great that it's waterproof, but it's definitely not my favorite. I don't know whether it's a fabric blend or whether it's the coating, but it does have quite a synthetic hand feel. I'm sure though that it means that it's pretty durable. Now, speaking of waterproofing, this has a button fly front placket, and I actually really like how it's been incorporated here. Only the top button is visible, which keeps it very clean, but it still gives you all the functionality to stop rain from getting through the zip, which by the way is a metal YKK. 4 pockets in total, 2 side entry welt pockets higher up with a soft lining, as well as 2 very practical larger button patch pockets for your valuables. It's spun lined in the body, which is a lovely touch, filled with Uniqlo's PuffTech insulation for warmth, and finished with a lovely chunky and soft color matched corduroy on the collar and in the sleeve opening. Okay, elephant in the room. This is obviously their take on a Barber jacket. How did they do? I'd say pretty well, to be honest. The visual design is obviously tried and tested already, and this is just really following their lead. But the real reason why Barbers are loved so much, because they match great looking design with a crazy amount of functionality and reliability. Of course, it is significantly cheaper than a Barber, so the fabric isn't as good and the hardware isn't as heavy duty feeling. But I can tell you now, if I didn't already have mine, I would 100% be keeping this one. I love the way it looks on me, and I think it is genuinely a great recreation of that iconic jacket. If you've been eyeing up a Barber jacket and maybe you don't want to spend the money on it, this is a fantastic option for you. It looks just as good with plenty of the same great functional details. For a rating, I would give this probably an 8.8 out of 10. Let's keep it moving. Secondly, of course, we had to try some knitwear, and this one really caught my eye. This is the Lambswool crewneck jumper. It retails for a reasonable $39.90. Comes in a light cream, very interesting blue and orange, but for me, my favorite was this dark gray colorway. Silhouette is quite roomy here, nicely relaxed in the body with wider arms, slightly dropped shoulders, and a ribbed collar, cuffs and hem, all color matched and blocked off really cleanly. I'm very pleased to say it is a thick 100% Lambswool construction. The hand feel is really soft, not itchy whatsoever, and the knit is very tightly woven and feels pretty dense. And I'll tell you now for free, it is super heat retentive. I was absolutely roasting shooting all the B-roll for this. Similar to the Uniqlo unit I reviewed a few weeks ago, I saw the RRP, I saw that it was 100% wool, and I thought there's no way that this is going to be anywhere near substantial enough for me. But once again, I'm very pleased to say it definitely is. If anything, I think it's probably even thicker than the Uniqlo unit I was praising for its material. I'll say what I said in that video again though. How this is only a couple quid more than their regular Lambswool knits, I'll never know, because this is just leagues ahead. Design-wise though, this does genuinely look and feel like something you'd get hand down from like your grandpa, and I actually love it. It fits you a little bit too big in some areas, but it's got so much charm. It feels very classic JW Anderson here, a bit playful, a bit whimsical and fun, but still super wearable. This is another knit where I definitely recommend you guys fold it up at the waist, as it does do that thing. If it's rolled down and you raise your hands, it kind of looks a little bit frumpy. This just gives it a subtle crop and makes my legs look that little bit longer too. Overall, this is a fantastic jumper. I can understand if you guys think it is a little bit too grandpa style. The build quality though is pretty impressive here, showing once again that Uniqlo can do great knitwear that ticks all the boxes, including materials, for a good price. For a rating, I'd give this a solid 8.9 out of 10. Moving Moving on now, we have a pretty viral pair of jeans. I've heard so much about these and I've been wanting to try them ever since they released earlier this year. These are simply titled the Straight Jeans. Again, they come in at $39.90. I grabbed them in this lovely light blue, but they're also available in a mid blue and a dark blue, as well as this new in dark orange and this classic gray. First things first, they're made of Uniqlo's 100% cotton denim weave, which is great to see. The denim actually feels pretty solid here, a little bit thicker with a bit more structure than their standard denim, I would say. The cut is really nice though, very straight through the leg with pretty much no taper down to the ankle, but still enough room to be comfortable around your thighs. Classic 5-pocket jean design with bar tacking at all the stress points, including the belt loops, 2 perfectly square rear pockets, and a sturdy, pretty heavy feeling metal YKK zipper with metal teeth. There are quite a few logo hits here too, including a branded silver button and a slightly different JW Anderson logo on the back. It seems to have skipped on the embroidery this time, opting for a logo that looks like it's been stamped on with dye. Like always from Uniqlo when it comes to their jeans, this pair feels really well made and pretty robust too. And for the price, and I know I say this a lot, even with all of the pairs of entry-level jeans I've tried, I still don't think you can beat Uniqlo when it comes to value for money here. The only thing I think this pair are missing are rivets, as that would reinforce them a bit more and just extend their longevity. This pair is also available for alterations by Uniqlo for free, which I still can't believe is a service that they actually offer. I think it's so great. I can definitely see what all the hype is about with these. I'm pretty impressed with them and I will definitely be grabbing them in a few more colors. For a rating, I would probably give them a 9 out of 10. They are definitely that good. So if you're in the market for a straight pair of jeans, I'd highly recommend giving them a try. Next piece that piqued my interest were these, the Corduroy work trousers. Retailing again for $39.90. I grabbed them in this super clean dark navy, but they also come in a light grey and a really rich brown, both of which I think look great. But for me, the navy just felt like the most versatile option. Silhouette wise, they've got a lovely, wide, kind of slightly curved shape from the thigh down to the ankle, a quarter to a half break depending on the shoes, which gives them a really clean and intentional look. They sit beautifully, very versatile shape that you could easily wear in both casual and more polished outfits. The corduroy itself is 100% cotton and a pretty fine wale, which I do quite like. It's super soft to the touch, it still has a very surprising amount of structure, so they hold their shape really nicely. The way they fall on the leg, I think looks so great. They've gone with a built-in internal buckle belt that's color matched, and there's elastic at the back of the waistband, so they stay comfortable even after a big lunch. It's a very small detail, but still very practical. It adds a little bit of functionality and makes them even more comfortable. Design-wise, these definitely lean into workwear pants slash petite pant territory, mainly from these very deep visible front pockets. They also have 2 piked hidden rear pockets and a subtle embroidered JWA logo here that is color matched for a bit of branding without being too loud. These are, I think, a wonderful pair of cords, very classic feeling, but still kind of modern at the same time. The shape is definitely my favorite part about them. They're just so incredibly comfortable too, and I love how structured they feel. I have been after a more casual pair of navy trousers for a bit now. I originally wanted something maybe cotton twill based or something adjacent to that, but now that I have these, I'm definitely considering keeping them. This internal belt buckle and elasticated waistband combo is really great. I was originally kind of put off by this, as I guess I'm a bit of a traditionalist when it comes to these types of things. Belt loops and a belt just work fine in my mind. It would have been totally fine with me if these just had belt loops, but this internal belt system is a nice switch up for sure, and it does work really well. Overall, I think these are a really solid pair of cords. Great fit, great fabric. They're perfect if you want that easygoing corduroy look with a bit of a modern twist coming from the shape. Overall, I give these a solid 8.5 out of 10. Okay, finally, since I love this shirt so much in summer, I just had to grab the newest version they dropped for fall and winter. This is the oversized Oxford shirt in a striped beige, coming in at $34.90. It's also available in a striped light blue if you prefer something a bit fresher feeling, or a few solid block colors for something a bit more minimal and clean. This shirt is very modern feeling with a lot of cool and interesting design touches that elevate it way past your typical button-up shirt. First being this oversized cut. It has a little extra width through the body and quite a lot of extra length. I love how it looks tucked or untucked though, very cool, relaxed, slouchy silhouette. You've also got some more unique details too, like this scalloped round front hem with a perfectly straight back hem. This creates these little side slits, which does add some nice visual interest, but it also makes it easier to get your hands in your pockets without tons of fabric bunching up awkwardly. The fabric is a 60% cotton, 40% viscose blend, and for me, it is the main selling point here. It feels amazing, and it makes the shirt look amazing too. It is super soft, and it flows and it drapes beautifully. I think you can really tell just how much legwork the fabric is doing. Super clean drape lines that make it look really premium. The fabric itself has a slightly thicker, more structured hand feel, almost like a soft worn-in canvas. It is exactly the same composition as the crop shirt version that went viral over summer, so if you love the fabric on that one, you're gonna love this too. You also get a tonal JWA logo subtly embroidered on the bottom left front, quite a nice accent, but again, because of the color matching, it's not too in your face or too loud, which I really appreciate. The buttons aren't listed as mother of pearl, but they do have a lovely pearlescent shine to them, definitely adds a bit more polish, and again makes the shirt feel more premium. The seats taper nicely, finished with 2 neat pleats, but you do only have a single button on the cup, and just so you guys are are aware, the cuffs run pretty slim here. Even with my twig-like wrist, they are pretty damn snug. This is one of those items where I didn't really know what I was going to get when I ordered it. I've ended up really enjoying it. The shape is lovely, lots of interesting and cool design details that do feel well considered and well implemented, and the fabric here just really tops it all up. A great piece I'd definitely recommend to add to your shirting rotation. For rating, I'd probably give it a solid 8.7 out of 10. So those are my pickups from the Fall/Winter 2025 Uniqlo and JW Anderson collection. But I'd love to know, what was your favorite piece from this collection? Have I missed something that you really wanted me to review or you really like the look of? And of the 3 big Uniqlo collaboration collections, which do you think was the best overall? Man, that is a tough question. I would probably give the edge to Uniqlo U. And before you all comment saying I'm an Amer fanboy, that is totally fine. I will happily admit that. But the blouson jacket I thought was amazing. I love the denim set as well. That brown fisherman knit was probably the best of all the knits I tried from any of the collections. If you enjoyed or found this helpful though, make sure to drop a like and subscribe too. And if you're after more great fashion content from me, YouTube thinks you'll love this video here, so go and check it out. We're finally done, guys. No more Uniqlo videos for the rest of the year. I am all Uniqlo'd out. Thanks for watching. As always, I hope you have a wonderful week. I'll see you guys in the next video on Sunday. See you there.